Alright guys, Elijah back with Baseball Express, and today we're going to be swinging a $200 Victus JC24 and a $50 Rawlings Pro Maple. Thing here today, we're going to see which one shows more pop, if it's the $50 bat or the $200 bat, if there's a big difference. It's kind of the big ask here. Today we're going to be swinging at Dodger Stadium in LA, so let's see what happens.
Have one. Really nice. It's also I have one. Honestly, bro, like they're super.
Hey! What the Ow! 79. 86.
You gotta pull it, bro.
90.9. Baby! 90.1.
You don't have to go spend
200.
$200.
84.
You need some high G.
89. That was 89. We topped out at what, 91?
Pretty good.
Alright. Now we're gonna try this $200 Victus JC24. Let's see. 86. 87. Hey! That was 89. Now we're getting up there.
That was solid.
87. 89. So, time to give my final thoughts on the whole $50 wood bat versus $200 wood bat. Excuse me if I'm coughing, and this whole crazy winter storm's kind of throwing me off with my allergies and stuff like that. But, so, final thoughts on the $200 bat versus the $50 bat. So, in the thumbnail you can see we blocked it out. So that's actually, I think the one we swing was a Rawlings Big Stick. I think at MSRP it's at like $59.99. Actually wasn't mine, that's why I don't have any bats to like showcase while I'm talking about it. The Victus is mine, but I figured why not, like, there's no point in having both if you're having one if you don't have both. So one thing that I will say, and this is something that I talked to Mike about, he's throwing me BP in the video, the Big Stick didn't feel that bad. Granted, we were in a BP session, it wasn't a live at bat, it wasn't anything like that. One of the big takeaways I think that I can say that I did find in swinging both was that the Victus, the JC24, feels like a fuller swing. It has a little bit more of a guarded feel, it doesn't pinch as much when you hit with it. Even when you square up the Victus, it just feels more full. I guess that's the best way to put it. Off the cap, it's a little bit more forgiving, the Victus. In the hands, it's about the same as the Big Stick was. The big difference, and this is kind of the biggest part of it, I guess this is what people look for, was even when you square balls up with the $50 bat versus the $200 bat, it doesn't feel as smooth. And that's kind of what the biggest thing here is, the biggest point that I'm trying to make here, is whether you buy the $50 bat or you buy the $200 bat, it's a feel thing. It's a feel thing. So it really comes down to whether you want to pay for the brand name, the Marucci, the Victus, the Dovetail, or if you want to go with the Rawlings, though Rawlings does make some higher end wood, pro label metal or wood bats. They also have some of the lower end ones that are good for like a weekend tournament or something like that. So in my opinion, in my overall opinion, it depends on what you're using it for. I mean, if you're a guy that's religiously playing, if you're a college guy, if you're a high school guy, obviously taking cuts in the cage with a wood bat is a big deal. It's good for you. It's good for your swing. It's good for developing your swing, and it definitely translates when you're swinging. It translates when you're swinging. Excuse me, when you're swinging a metal bat, because you're going to get more off of a metal bat than you are in the wood. So if you're practicing with a wood, you're going to get more out of the metal in the game. Now, flipping the other way. If you're a guy that's going to play like a weekend tournament here and there, if you're on the younger spectrum, if you're playing a little bit with younger guys, I mean, say 16 and below, you're not going to really feel that much. Though, you may cap a ball with a Victus and it's not going to absolutely destroy your hands. may get jammed, and a Victus may last a little bit longer. It may have some more strength to it. It may not bust right away. That's one of the biggest things you're buying. You know, you buy a cheap wood bat off the cap, it's probably going to snap. The guy's throwing decent velocity in the hands, it's probably going to snap. And that's not even saying much, because all wood bats are going to come to their lifespan where they will snap at some point. I mean, I've seen Victuses snap, I've seen Marucci snap. It's part of the game. But the lifespan of the bat is normally going to be lasting a little bit longer on the Victus, Marucci, all those more expensive side of the bats. Now, that also comes with another piece to it. Knowing how to swing a wood bat. That's another thing. If you're a beginner, if you're learning how to swing a wood bat, you've never done it before, please, by all means, buy the $50 bat to start off. No question. If you're a guy who's versed in it, and if you're like, hey, I like this bat, I like the Marucci, I like the way they feel, I like the way they swing, go for the Marucci, go for the Victus, all that stuff. You know, and that's kind of the gist of it. And that's something me and Mike were talking about, was comes down to the player. If you know how to swing, you're going to get a lot more out of the Victus. If you don't know how to swing a wood and you're new to it, you're not going to tell a difference. Besides the fact that if you don't get it right on the barrel on that $50, $60 bat, it's going to feel a slight pinch. It's not going to feel as smooth, as full as when you hit it. It's part of the game. So I know it seems a little weird that I'm not giving like a clear winner. Obviously, I'm a Victus guy. I have that bat. I had that bat before the video when I play my Sunday leagues. I use a Victus, I use Marucci, and I use Chandler. Those are awesome bats. Also more on the elite level of bats, because I've been swinging for a really long time. So I know how to swing, pitch selection, all that stuff goes into that. It's a whole nother discussion. All about feel. It's about feel, what you feel and your experience with wood bats and stuff like that. But guys, thanks for watching. Kind of a final verdict. One more time, when we return back to it, it's all about the feel. It's all about the player. You can make that decision. And like I said, Victus has a little bit more longer lifespan than the $50 bat's going to be. That's pretty much one of those things you're gonna get what you pay for. So all in all, guys, thanks for watching. We're super pumped. We're actually going to be doing next, weather permitting. We're still trying to get on the field. As you can probably see, and as you've probably heard, the whole United States is going through this extreme blizzard thing. So right now, you know, we had planned to get on the field this week. Weather was nasty through about Wednesday, then all of a sudden we get hit with this like Arctic blast, and I'm sorry, I'm not taking hacks in 15-degree weather. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. We're going to do that. If anything, if we don't get on the field next week, we are going to do a review of the Easton Encore Hybrid versus the Encore Hype, and I'm going to try to get the ADV. I'm not sure. Getting in touch with guys during the holidays is really tough. But I'm going to try to get the ADV so we can do an all three comparison. But for now, hang your hat on a comp versus an Encore Hybrid. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We got a lot more content. Be sure to check out the Bottom of the Ninth podcast. We have a new episode that came out today as well with Zach Livanos. With 12 baseball, he's also coached at UIW, UTSA, and Our Lady Lake University. Those are three solid universities here in the San Antonio area. So he's pretty versed, has some great coaching tips. And then on Monday, we have Amanda Worth out of Buffalo. She's an awesome coach. She's played at the Division I level. She's pretty high up there in the softball rankings, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's. We've heard great things about her. I think she's an amazing person. So for sure, go on, check out Bottom of the Ninth podcast. We've already had a couple big leaguers on there, John King, Jose Trevino, and a couple other Division I athletes. So for sure, go out there and check it out. Like I said, we have plenty of content coming, and thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, share as much as you can to get us out there, and we'll see you in the next one.